Understanding South Africa's impending grid collapse. South Africa's current energy crisis is a complex issue that has been years in the making, and it poses a significant threat to the country's economic stability and social fabric. At the heart of the crisis is the state-owned utility, Eskom, which has been plagued by mismanagement, corruption, and a lack of investment in infrastructure. The result is an unreliable power grid that is susceptible to frequent blackouts, known locally as load shedding. The situation is exacerbated by South Africa's heavy reliance on coal, an energy source that is not only environmentally damaging, but also increasingly expensive. The country has abundant renewable energy resources, such as solar and wind, yet the transition to cleaner energy has been slow and fraught with challenges. The potential for grid collapse is not just a theoretical concern, it's a looming reality that could have catastrophic consequences. A total blackout would cripple industries, disrupt essential services like healthcare and water supply, and plunge communities into darkness and chaos. In order to understand in detail the true impact of what a grid collapse is, we need to better understand what it is. An electricity grid collapse is a catastrophic event that disrupts the supply of electricity across a large area, often affecting entire cities, provinces, or even countries. It is a situation that can have severe consequences, affecting everything from healthcare and emergency services to transportation and communication. What exactly causes an electricity grid collapse, and how does it work? This documentary aims to shed light on these questions. What is an electricity grid? Before diving into the concept of a grid collapse, it's essential to understand what an electricity grid is. An electricity grid is a complex network of power plants, substations, transformers, and transmission lines that work in unison to deliver electricity from producers to consumers. It is a highly interconnected system, often spanning vast geographical areas. Causes of grid collapse overload. One of the most common causes is an overload of the system, where the demand for electricity exceeds the supply. This can happen during peak hours or extreme weather conditions like heat waves. Technical failures, equipment failure, such as the malfunctioning of a transformer or a breakdown in a power plant, can also lead to a grid collapse. Natural disasters, earthquakes, storms, and other natural disasters can damage infrastructure, causing a grid failure. Human error, mistakes in system operation or maintenance can also lead to a collapse. Cyber attacks. In an increasingly digital world, grids are also susceptible to cyber attacks that can shut down operations. How does a grid collapse work? A grid collapse often starts with a single point of failure, which then cascades through the system. This is known as the domino effect. Isolation of affected areas. To prevent a complete collapse, the grid system is designed to isolate affected areas automatically. However, this is not always successful. Black start. Once a grid collapses, the process of restoring it is known as a black start. It involves gradually bringing power plants back online and synchronizing them to restore the grid. Rolling blackouts, similar to what Eskom in South Africa is currently implementing, are rolled out to manage the demand and prevent a complete collapse. Authorities may implement rolling blackouts where electricity is supplied to different areas at different times. Consequences of a grid collapse: healthcare. Hospitals rely on electricity to operate life-saving equipment. Transportation. Traffic lights go out, causing chaos on the roads. Communication. Without power, communication networks fail. Economy. Businesses suffer losses due to downtime. Safety. Emergency services are hampered, affecting public safety. Preventive measures, infrastructure upgrades, regular maintenance and upgrading of equipment. Demand management, encouraging off-peak usage to balance the load. Renewable energy, incorporating renewable sources to diversify the energy mix. Cybersecurity, implementing robust cybersecurity measures. Disaster preparedness, planning and drills for natural disasters. An electricity grid collapse is a severe event with far-reaching implications. Understanding its causes and mechanics is the first step in preventing such incidents and mitigating their impact. Through strategic planning, technological upgrades, and public awareness, the risks of a grid collapse can be significantly reduced. As we've unraveled the complexities of South Africa's energy crisis, one thing is clear: inaction is not an option. The potential for a grid collapse is not a distant threat. It's a ticking time bomb that could disrupt every facet of life as we know it. But this crisis is also an opportunity, a call to action for each of us. We've outlined the solutions: infrastructure upgrades, renewable energy, and cybersecurity measures. Now it's up to us to demand these changes, not just from our leaders, but also from ourselves. Can we afford to wait until the lights go out to realize the urgency of the situation? So, what's your next move? Will you be a passive observer or an active participant in shaping a more sustainable future? The choice is yours, but remember, the clock is ticking. Let's act now to defuse the ticking time bomb and light the way for a brighter, more secure future. Thank you for watching. Now let's turn awareness into action. The power to change is in your hands. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment in the comment section below. And let us know what you would want us to create documentaries on next.